Pearl River Resort. Join Grammy-nominated stars Jamie O'Neill and Ty Herndon for one unforgettable night live at the Silver Star Convention Center, February 14th. Bring your sweetheart or make it a night out with friends. Just don't miss the hits and the heart live on stage. Tickets on sale now at PearlRiverResort.com.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Mostly cloudy today, the chance of some scattered light rain, the high 52. For tonight, clearing, breezy, and much colder, the low 23. Tomorrow, cold and dry, mostly sunny, the high 38. Friday, increasingly cloudy with a high at 51. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 47 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports Xavier Houston.
All righty, welcome back in to the program. It is the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Hey guys, listen, y'all know what makes this show so much fun? This is the way we talk around the house. We just let y'all join in on our conversation. So it is interesting conversation. Really quick, I wrap that session up. A lot of people saying Alabama doesn't have the money. Alabama had the 10th, according to a post from the Bama Standard on X. Alabama was the 10th team as far as salary. Alabama paid $20.9 million for their college roster last year. Okay, that their college roster. Guess who was number 9? Indiana. That was last year. I guarantee they're paying more this year. And I'm going from bottom to top. 10 was Alabama, then Indiana, then Georgia, then Ole Miss, then Oklahoma, then Miami. Top 4 teams: Oregon, Texas Tech, Ohio State, and Texas A&M. If you look at this, Alabama overachieved.
Yeah.
Based on roster. I mean, Indiana way overachieving. But, Miami was the 5th highest, and they're in the finals. If you Texas A&M, if you're Texas A&M, you're hot. Ohio State, you're disappointed. Texas Tech, you're just mad, right?
But they spent 34 million. It's not like it's a close difference. Between...
Texas A&M was 34, almost 34.5 million. Wow.
And I'm telling you, hopefully he will get the opportunity, because I said it on Monday, and I think I said it on the Houston Huddle. He is saying, do I think Alabama has money to spend? I do. But you know who I think they're spending their money on?
Select guys
in high school.
Right.
For some
because reason. I think they feel like developing guys from freshman year. Now we can all argue if that's the right plan or if that's the wrong plan, but that seems to be this coaching staff's plan.
We will find out if their plan works next year. If nobody leaves after next year, then they have a model that can build for the future. Because that will be their third class that they fully recruited and signed. This is their third class that they've signed, but they didn't recruit them. Okay.
Right.
The question is, will next year be good enough that the pressure doesn't mount, that there has to be severe changes? And once severe changes happen, anything can happen to your program. So
you could, if there's not a crazy change, or if it's not because, hey, Kane Womack gets offered a head coaching job somewhere, if it's not that type of change, but it's this is a bad season, we got to clean house, then anything can fall apart, because you'll see guys leave. Kane Womack will get another job somewhere, and you'll see guys leave to go there.
All right, Pat, you've been patient. You've been listening to the family squabble. What's on your mind, sir?
Great radio, guys. That hey, just wanted to talk about. Hey, how about Martin? Tell us about the stats from this Caleb Smith guy we're getting from Washington, the 6'5" defensive lineman from Birmingham. I think there is none.
Right. That's
he redshirted this past year.
I was making a joke. I was showing Martin he was right.
He's right on the production, 100%. But once again, I think this coaching staff wants young guys. Look at who we've gotten out of the portal.
Yeah, yeah, Pat. I think there's a major concern with the age. Pat, you have anything else, man? I'm sorry.
No, man. I just wanted to talk about Caleb Smith.
Yeah,
I've been listening to you, Martin. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I think the positive about Caleb Smith is he grew up the road, and he's coming back home. And maybe he would have came here out of high school if he had been offered. I don't know that. So I'm okay with that. And he looks like a development project. He kind of replaced. He's the body size of Keeley when he came. Probably somewhere in that range, right?
He's
maybe a little bit bigger.
He's closer to LT. Keeley was 240. This kid's 270.
Oh, he's bigger than
265, 270.
He's bigger than Keeley then.
Yeah.
I thought he was about the same size. But look at this. This is from Gary Harris, and I know it's kind of hard to see. So you can go back. But guys, look at this. This is crazy. Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna call out the names on an entire roster of guys who are in their fourth year or longer. Austin Mack,
Danny Lewis.
I'm going down the roster. Kedrick Bingsley Jones, 7th year guy.
Fatoa Henry.
Edric
Caleb Woodson.
Xavier. That's it. No.
Keon Samuel, Bray Hubbard.
Brace.
And Xavier. No, you're right.
And Adam Watford.
And Connor Talty.
And Ethan Snap. We have almost as many 4th and 5th year guys in the kicking room as we do our entire roster. That's what's concerning for me. We can't sit here and say Indiana is dominant because they have 22 to 25-year-olds and then turn around in the same breath and try to say that we're going to be good with a bunch of 18 to 20-year-olds. And so we have to get the break, but I mean, we're going to have to pick it up. But closing thoughts really quick, guys.
Alabama either this year is a developmental year and the staff understands that, or this year could be very disappointing to a lot of Alabama fans.
Yeah. Hey Chase, just combine. Chase, don't go to break. Just combine the breaks, and then at 6:50 we'll call Scotty. Go ahead, guys. We got a couple minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I told y'all this off air. I think this is going to be a developmental year for Alabama. Can we withstand a developmental year? That is the question. And I think Alabama fans have to be realistic about what 2026 brings, especially once again, if we're going to go young. If we're going to go young, that's what comes with being young.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
absolutely.
And like I said, man, I just look at it and say they're picking and choosing who they think, and they know more than we do. And to me, it seems like they think that they can replace Renault. Remember, for me, I have to remember this, and for all of us, guys, there's a lot of guys in the portal who have not landed anywhere. And I'm talking about production in the portal. But I think we also need to take some of Womack's approach, I mean, not Womack, Cignetti's approach, and see if there's some guys that developed after they graduated high school. Find you some of these guys who were not necessarily the best guys coming out. They were a 2 or 3 star, but they were a late bloomer.
Kenton Gerardo from South Alabama.
And that may be the case.
Hometowns. I mean, started at all 5 positions, so can give you service.
And we saw him play, and he would, to me, on the field, I don't think that there was this huge difference between what I saw out of Kenton than what I saw out of Sanders. Wilson. I mean, he was just a smaller guy. If he'd been bigger, he'd been taller. If he had 2 more inches, he'd have been a 4 or 5 star, right?
Yeah.
If he'd been 2 inches taller, he would have been Will Sanders.
Yeah. And so that's the type of guys I think that they need to go see. So,
and people, Alabama only has 75 guys on scholarship right now. That's including the freshmen coming in. So Bama has room to add guys to continue to grow and get the experience, even if these guys aren't necessarily day one starters.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, guys. We're gonna, y'all hang around if you need to drop off, but we're gonna transition into the Harvest Church Christian Moment of the Week with Scotty Hollins. We're running a little tight. We got about 4 minutes here. Good morning, Scotty. Welcome into the program.
Good morning, Martin. Always just love joining you on Wednesday mornings. And hey, man, we're going to start a new series. And guess what, Martin? I have loved I hope our audience has loved our series, Unlikely Heroes, because they are the unlikely heroes I'm speaking to, even though I'm speaking about unlikely heroes in the Bible to give them an example. So we're going to come back to that one. But, you know, at the beginning of the new year, I always like to hit something that really helps us to build that foundation, man. I really believe that. And just, it's a good time to refocus and to say, all right, let's make sure that we build a firm foundation. We focus on the habits, or we focus on developing the habits that will all year long develop us, right? So the series we're going to talk about here for the next 6 to 8 weeks is just first things first, right? And so today I will read a passage, and this will be kind of our theme passage for our series, First Things First. And it's Luke 10:38 through 42, and I know I'm kind of on a tight schedule, so I'm going to run through it and make a few quick points. Luke 10:38 through 42, it says, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet, listening to what he said. You see that? Mary's listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. So she came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister, she turned on her sister, Martin. Hey, I have some siblings that told on me, hey, mama. She says, she came to Jesus and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me, listen, to do the work by myself. Tell her to help me. And then Jesus says to her, Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. I think this is a really good passage. You want to know why, Martin? Because Martha's focused on doing some really good stuff. The version I have in my Bible, this is the NIV. I think I have the English Standard Version. It says, Martha was worried and distracted about much serving. Like, how can you be distracted about serving? The point is, that's a really good thing, but the emphasis of this passage, the focus is, there's something even better than serving. And it's spending time with the Lord, right? And so I think we can be busy doing really good things, and those things are good, as long as they don't keep us from doing what's most important. First things first. And so I want to encourage our audience, and guess what, audience? This is always for me first before it's for you. So I want to encourage me to make sure I keep first things first, and make sure that I spend time with the Lord, and that becomes the main thing and the priority.
Absolutely. And, last week, sometimes you say stuff and you go, ooh, that was not me. I don't know where that came from. That was straight from the Holy Spirit. Yeah. And last week, I was preaching about praising God in this new year and being grateful and spending more time with him, that we don't need to ask him to come. We just need to make more room for him, and praise does that. And I said, and this is what I didn't realize I said to someone, pointed it out, said it convicted them. I said, we're the temple of God. And so the question I have is, does he have a house or does he have a home? And and so that'll preach, even though I didn't realize I said it afterwards. But it was, and that's what you're talking about, creating a home in your life for Christ, not just a house where he sleeps.
Absolutely.
And goes out, but that he takes up residence. Tell them where they can find you, Scotty.
Absolutely. You can go to www.blueprinttuscaloosa.com. Send me a message there. Come straight to my email.
Hey, that's Scotty Hollins, Executive Director, Blueprint Ministries. If you're looking for somebody to come in and minister, he's a great option. Support him at Scotty Hollins, Executive Director, Blueprint Ministries. I'm Martin Houston. Earlier, we had Xavier Houston on. We had a little battle royale, Simeon Houston. We're all doing this together. It's the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. And remember, it's the Sound of Bama Sports. Your show, your team. Trust in the Lord always. Lean not your own understanding. In all your ways and all him, and he will direct the path. Go Tide, everybody.
Let's celebrate. Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.